During the summer concert season, my band travels to different venues, and we have a trailer that carries all the percussion instruments and our sound system. And we need to load all that stuff into the trailer quickly, and sometimes we have to carry it pretty far to get to the stage or performance site, sometimes up elevators and all. So we have a bunch of music stands that the percussion section uses that are foldable, but they have a lot of sharp, pointy edges and stuff. So we had a bag that they were all in, and that bag has pretty much been destroyed and is falling apart. So we bought a new suitcase that we're going to be using to store all of those in. However, I don't want the same situation to happen where it gets all ripped up inside. So for that, I have built a box to put inside this suitcase. So here's the box. It's just a simple rectangle, and I have it nicely painted. It's made out of scrap wood that I had around the workshop. The back is probably the most interesting portion of it. I have wooden supports that kind of go around some metal parts in the bottom of the suitcase that conceal the handle that can extend. The bottom was measured very, very carefully to fit exactly into the bottom of the suitcase, which it does, and then I measured up how tall to make the sides. However, what I didn't think about is even though the bottom fit in, once I put the sides on, I can't get this into the suitcase. So here you can see the metal rods that I was trying to go. So a board goes right here in the middle and then two on either side. I will be closing this up, but it'll all be covered. The problem is that there's kind of this rounded over zipper, so I can't just simply lower this straight in. I have to be able to get the corners of my box around that, and it just doesn't work. So I'm going to take the box. It fits in nicely underneath that corner, but as you can see, there's no way of actually getting it in. And it doesn't work the other way either. If I try to scoot it in there, I'm still stuck. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take out some of the screws on the side here, and I'm just going to, on my bandsaw, cut straight across the top of the box. And then I'll be able to put in most of the box, and then I'll try to fit in the other portion and then kind of screw it together. It's not the best of fixes, but nobody's ever going to see this. This is just to protect the suitcase. And then I'll just cover up all of the cuts that I've made into it with some duct tape. So my first step is to take out all of the screws that are holding in the boards that are on the very bottom, because I don't want to cut them with the bandsaw. So now my center board is totally released. These are being held on by just a couple screws on the side, so I'll take those off next. Good. I think this one has 2 screws in it. There we go. So I set my fence at the bandsaw so that it's going to cut the box off at about 7 inches, and that will allow enough material of the floor to be screwed into those 3 boards so that it will all act as one unit and not just crumple inside of the suitcase. So I've raised the guard way up about 10 inches so that I'll be able to run the box straight through in one pass. So now the box is in 2 pieces, and I'm actually rather happy at how sturdy this is right now. So by the time I reattach everything, I think it's going to be pretty strong. So what I need to do now is add the 3 boards back to the main unit, put that in the suitcase, and then try to snug the other piece in. On the bottom of the suitcase, there's a little bump out here. It's on both sides. So I've had to make a little notch in the bottom of my box. So of course everything I do, I kind of do overkill. So I made the notch a good bit bigger than that plastic piece because when I'm trying to fit this in there, I need to make sure that I can slide it over it. And I don't know exactly where it's going to land. Now before I put this in the suitcase, I'm going to be putting some duct tape across the top edges to protect it from splitting or chipping off a little bit. And I'm using the more expensive Gorilla duct tape, which should hold up pretty well in the heat that's going to be in the trailer. So just putting it right across the middle there. Working it in. And I'm going to do this to all of the top edges of the box. So this is going to get inserted there. And you can see it's a pretty tight fit already, even without that other part. And I'm just going to push that as far in as I can. Looks like that sits well. To get it in there, if I can push that forward. I still have these rounded corners to deal with. Almost there. So close. Ah, there we go. Looks like we're together. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to screw into the floor. I put 2 screws instead of the 1 screw there. So I'm going to do it pretty close to the edge. I know this is a little overkill, but that's a staple of all my projects. And now time for some screws. Okay, that's coming together nicely. Now you can see that that's kind of popping out. So I'm going to end up with my duct tape there to try to hold that all together. So that's my next little project. But first I think I need to vacuum it out. Get rid of all this sawdust so that it's not sticking to the tape. The last step in the project was putting the duct tape over the cut that I had made. And of course that tape also goes all the way around the perimeter of the box. And then I gave it another coat of black paint just to go over the screws and the duct tape itself. I'm hoping that that will kind of seal the duct tape to the wood so that it won't come off.
Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this, please hit the like button. And if you haven't already, please subscribe.